Welcome to Mentoring in Minutes, where we delve into meaningful ideas to amp up your professional development. Today, we're focusing on an important leadership skill: negotiating, interest-based versus positional bargaining. Developing negotiation skills, moving beyond positional bargaining. Most people, when they think about negotiations, picture two parties sitting across from each other, each stubbornly holding their ground. This kind of adversarial interaction is what we call positional bargaining. It involves each party taking a fixed position, arguing for it, and often making concessions only grudgingly to get closer to their desired outcome. While this approach can work, it's not always the most effective and often leaves one or both sides dissatisfied. In today's fast-paced, collaborative business environment, especially in sales and marketing, developing negotiation skills around interest-based principles leads to better, longer-lasting results. This strategy allows for win-win solutions that meet the needs of both parties. Let's dive deeper into how to evolve from positional bargaining to interest-based negotiations and explore some concrete examples. The problem with positional bargaining. In positional bargaining, each side starts by declaring what they want and proceeds to defend that position. This can quickly lead to a stalemate, where both parties are more focused on winning than finding a solution. It also tends to create an environment of tension and mistrust. For instance, if you're a sales manager trying to negotiate pricing with a hospital buyer, you might begin by stating your company's list price. The buyer responds by insisting on a much lower price, and suddenly, you're locked in a back-and-forth struggle. You might feel like you need to win by getting them closer to your price, while they feel pressured to win by getting you to lower it. In the end, even if a deal is made, it often feels like one side gave up too much. This can lead to a poor long-term relationship with the customer. Example: imagine you're negotiating with a key client about a product renewal contract. You propose a 5% price increase to reflect rising costs. The client, however, demands a price reduction because they've found a competitor offering a lower price. Both sides are fixated on their respective positions, and the conversation quickly turns into a tug-of-war, where any agreement feels like a loss for one party. This is a typical result of positional bargaining. Interest-based negotiations. A better way, instead of focusing on positions, interest-based negotiation revolves around understanding the underlying interests behind each party's position. Interests represent the reasons, needs, and motivations that lead someone to take a particular stance. By exploring these deeper interests, both sides can uncover opportunities for mutual gain, which might have been missed in a positional battle. This approach is more collaborative. It focuses on solving the problem together, rather than treating the other party as the problem. By shifting the conversation from what each side wants to why they want it, negotiations become less about concessions and more about creating value for both sides. Key principles of interest-based negotiations. Focus on interests, not positions. What does the other party really need, and what do you really need? Invent options for mutual gain. Brainstorm multiple solutions that could satisfy both parties' interests. Use objective criteria. Agree on standards that both sides can refer to, such as market value, industry norms, or independent data. Separate the people from the problem. Maintain a good relationship with the other party by not personalizing the conflict. Applying interest-based negotiations. A practical example: let's return to the earlier scenario where you're negotiating a product renewal contract with a key client. This time, you approach the negotiation by asking open-ended questions to understand the client's underlying concerns. You discover that the client isn't pushing for a price reduction simply to save money. They're concerned about their own budget constraints due to lower than expected revenue in the previous quarter. Meanwhile, you explain that your proposed price increase reflects higher manufacturing and shipping costs, as well as the investments your company has made in improving the product's quality. Once you both understand each other's interests, the client's need for cost control and your need to maintain profitability, you can start brainstorming solutions. Perhaps you offer a flexible payment schedule, allowing the client to spread out payments over a longer period. Or you explore a bundle of services that provides additional value to the client, justifying the price increase while helping them feel they're getting more for their money. By focusing on each other's interests, negotiation becomes a collaborative problem-solving process. The outcome isn't simply about price, but about finding a way to satisfy both parties' needs. Benefits of interest-based negotiation: long-term relationships. Unlike positional bargaining, which can create winners and losers, interest-based negotiation fosters trust and cooperation. In sales and marketing, where maintaining strong, long-term client relationships is key, this approach leads to better customer satisfaction and repeat business. Creative solutions. By exploring each side's underlying interests, you open the door to more creative solutions that wouldn't have been apparent in a positional battle. You're no longer limited to price concessions. Instead, you might find other areas of value, like product customization, service agreements, or extended warranties, that can satisfy both sides. Greater satisfaction. Both parties walk away from the negotiation feeling like they've gained something valuable. This mutual satisfaction can increase loyalty and reduce the likelihood of renegotiations down the line. Concrete strategies for implementing interest-based negotiation. Ask open-ended questions. When entering a negotiation, start by asking the other party questions like, "What's most important to you in this agreement?" Or, "What are your biggest challenges with this product, service?" These questions help uncover the interests behind their position. Prepare multiple options. Before you go into a negotiation, brainstorm multiple ways you could address the other party's needs, as well as your own. Having options shows flexibility and can help steer the conversation toward solutions that work for everyone. Use if-then language. Propose solutions based on conditions that can satisfy both parties. For example, if we can extend your payment terms, then we can maintain the original pricing structure. This kind of phrasing shows that you're willing to find a middle ground. In today's competitive sales and marketing environments, negotiation isn't about winning. It's about finding solutions that allow both parties to succeed. By shifting from positional bargaining to interest-based negotiations, you can build stronger, more productive relationships with clients and partners. Not only does this approach foster trust and satisfaction, but it also creates opportunities for creative problem solving that benefits everyone involved. Remember, negotiation doesn't have to be a tug of war. It can be a collaborative conversation where both sides walk away feeling like they've won. Thanks for watching Mentoring in Minutes. If you got something out of this video, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for another personal development video coming soon.